let's take a look at over 10 really exciting upcoming games that you should definitely know about that I feel will make waves when they release either in 2024 or in 2025, starting with the first game called Sand. This project, unlike many other projects that tried something similar, is almost bound to be successful because it's got so many features at its core. It's like Sea of Thieves but with sand, where you can build your very own Trampler from scratch and then go out into the massive world and fight players and NPCs while doing different missions here and there. It looks extremely polished, and these developers actually know what they're doing with the game, and they know where its future lies with tons of updates and new features. Players are able to customize their Tramplers, from interior design to upgrading its power, armor and weapons. You can also team up with other players to pull your resources together to create the ultimate movable base in a large open world. Check it out. Now guys, before we get into the next game, I want to introduce you to Gate to Adventure, better known as G2A. Some of you might have already heard about this website. It's literally one of the best places to find anything digital entertainment at a cheaper price, with hundreds of offers that keep coming in day after day. We're talking about softwares, gift cards for Amazon, Netflix, but specifically video games. That's where I was able to find a ton of awesome games the last few years, and they've been standing strong, this website, for so long now, with no plans on stopping anytime soon. G2A has been kind enough to reach out to me and sponsor this video so I could talk to you guys about their exciting campaign that's happening right now as we speak for new game releases. Right up until September 22nd, the new game releases campaign is offering a ton of big discounts, offers, and limited time daily deals for a ton of new games, including the awesome Space Marine 2, which has been reviewed as one of the best linear game of the last few years. Also Black Myth Wukong, which is again one of the best game of the year, God of War on PC, Ghost of Tsushima on PC, Helldivers 2, EA Sports FC 25, and the list goes on and on. I mean, you already know the deal with Space Marine 2 and Black Myth. These games are literal masterpieces, and to have these great offers right here at the touch of a button is kind of cool. With instant delivery also, you can go even further and get a nice 15% discount code by simply signing up to their newsletter and or buy one product from the new game releases landing page. The campaign ends on September 22nd, so make sure you guys check it out now, and of course thanks again to G2A for sponsoring this video. Next up on the list we have Lost Skies, a beautiful and exciting open world action adventure that came out of nowhere and that reminded a lot of gamers of a long lost forgotten game called Worlds Adrift. Lost Skies is pretty much its spiritual successor, and I could not be more excited for it. You'll embark on an adventure to the remnants of ancient civilizations and uncover the mystery of their downfall and explore their advanced technology to aid your journey. You'll navigate a shattered world ravaged by storms, revel in lands reclaimed by nature, and face the colossal beings still roaming the skies that brought about humanity's destruction. Check it out, I feel a lot of people will like this one. Next up on the list we have Ferocious. I mean, just take a look at this game. I haven't been more excited for a dinosaur game in a really long time. This one is like a mix of King Kong, the old movie King Kong from 2006, and a little bit of Turok. It's like FPS with dinosaurs. It's absolutely brutal. Check it out. Next up, take a look at low budget repairs. This game has been absolutely blowing up on the internet, especially on Twitter for example. It looks like so much fun, it's like just a joke game. Next up we have Wreckfest 2. If you've played the first game, I think you know what you're getting into with this one. This is kind of like a race game but with so much destruction. There's not only races, but you can just do some kind of war where each vehicle is just jumping onto each other and causing absolute chaos, and the last one alive wins the game. So I don't know, just check it out.
Come on, move it! Get out of my way, jerk!
Maybe I overreacted a bit too much. But we'll get you sorted out.
Come on! Move it! Get the f*** out of my way! God damn it, now what? Yeah, that's right. You messed with the wrong guy, buddy.
Next time, I promise not to lose my temper.
Come on! Move it! Goddamn amateur! Out of the way! Stop driving like my grandma. She's 6 feet under. M-O-V-E! Move it! You take that piece of throw it up there! Feels like something came up through the seat. Ah.
Next up, take a look at Reka. This is an upcoming game that I'd love to get into when it releases. This is more on the relaxing side. This is a more relaxing game where you can build your house that's also walking, by the way, and you can just do some witch things. Next up, we have Kingdom Come Deliverance. Dude, this is one of my most anticipated game, and it's releasing in early 2025. If you've played the first one, again, you know what you're getting into. This is a realistic action medieval game. There is no fantasy here, and it looks absolutely amazing. And these developers strive at making an authentic game. This looks amazing. I just can't wait for it. Check it out.
And quests for you to uncover. Now that we're all scrubbed up, let's take a stroll around the city. The world in KCD2 doesn't wait for you to come and trigger the lives of its citizens. All inhabitants have their own day routines. Merchants, wenchers, soldiers, or executioners. They all wake up, go about their workday, and once that's finished, they go home to their families or to the tavern to their beers.
Are you whistling at me? I'm not interested.
KCD2 aims to bring you a uniquely reactive and believable world. Whatever you do as Henry, it will have consequences, and you will feel them. Have you haggled too long with the greengrocer about the price of his cabbage? Well, now he's pissed off, and you can forget about any sale. Thrown your favourite hat in front of a beggar kneeling by the church? Come back a minute later, and you'll see him wearing it proudly. Or killed the local innkeeper's husband? She'll be crying in front of her house the next time you go there, making you feel really miserable. Across this demo, we'll play as a good-hearted lad. Apart from the ending though, spoiler alert. But the game allows you to push Henry towards any behaviour, even the most vile. Here's a quick example of what you'll be able to do to stir some mayhem in the city.
Did you forget your clothes somewhere?
Aye, at your mother's place when I was shagging her.
Ha! That was just a little appetizer. And now I'm hungry again. So I reckon it's time for another course. What do you say?
And now, back to our good lad Henry.
Next up, take a look at A Quiet Place, which is directly coming from the movies. It's directly inspired by it. It's a linear single-player game where every move and every sound that you make will cause a reaction. You have to be extra careful of absolutely everything. This game, the audio of this game is just very important.
Every action in the road ahead demands precision, as even the slightest movement can create sound. The world that we built mirrors our real world, where different materials not only create different type of noise, but that sound occurs at different loudness. If you are walking on sand, sound is diffusing to the ground and result in quiet footsteps. Walking on compacted dirt may be a little bit louder, and rusty metal, well, you are going to want to move slowly to keep volume levels low. And not everything is just ground, as additional elements are layered on top. Leaves, water, glass, and other materials may be scattered across surfaces, each having their own loudness, which might attract the attention of the creatures. If you thought the simple act of walking around was hard in this apocalypse, every formerly mundane movement is now a danger to your life. Want to open a door or drawer? You'd better do it carefully and quietly. Throughout your survival story, you'll face a variety of objects that you'll need to interact with in order to progress. Each one has the potential to create life-ending sounds, so it will take intense focus to make it through alive. The sound detection system that we built takes into account the loudness of any noise the player makes, as well as the duration of the noise. If you build up a combination of loud or lengthy noises that exceed a defined threshold, the creatures will have heard enough to find your location, even from far away, and that's game over. There are a few difficulty levels that will change how much noise you are allowed to make, and the creatures have a few tricks of their own to break the rules and hunt you faster. After all, it wouldn't be a quiet place if survival was easy.
Next up, take a look at Sniper Elite Resistance. This is another new game from the famous Sniper Elite franchise. I think it looks actually great. I'm not sure if they needed to make a sequel to it, but let me know what you think of it. I think it looks great.
France, and they're desperate to turn the tide of war back in their favor. The French resistance have uncovered a rumor of a secret weapon so ruthless, so severe, it could make it impossible to reclaim France. This threat can't go ignored.
Finally, we have Spine, which is inspired by The Matrix and John Wick. Enough said, just take a look.
It took over the government and let the gangs tear the place apart. They've taken my brother. It's time to fight.
Redline, I got your back. Always.
I never asked for this.